Okay, this is regarding the multi-phone support and that email feature that someone was asking about. Okay, so if you go to phones, you should have a phone list if you have more than two phones. You'll notice I have a phone called Pawpaw's S21 and Bruce's A13. I'm Pawpaw and Bruce, by the way. Okay, so if you go to the phone list, you'll know that since you have two phones, the connection options are listed for each phone, and you can give them, the ability to stream, the ability to receive calls or not, or to be the host for Android Auto, in my case, since they're both Androids. Whichever one's listed at the top is the primary, and it gets there based on which one you clicked. I believe it's this feature. You don't have to have them both, by the way. In other words, that one doesn't have to be a phone. But whichever one becomes the primary at the top of the list, that will determine whether that email button or that favorites button can access your email or your messages. What I mean by that is if you go to phone settings and you go to Pawpaw's S21, you'll notice that I have settings button, which I wouldn't have for the other. I believe, if my memory is correct, that the only reason that button is even available is because of decisions I made when I paired the phone. So if you go into there, you'll see that I must have said I wanted to include my contacts. And then you have a bunch of decisions to make with your contacts. I also can set my ringtone, but this is the one I believe you're looking for. Text messaging and email. If you go to it, if you go to text messaging, you'll have features of whether you want sounds or prompts, or if you want to support text messaging. Same with email. Whether you want email message access, whether you want prompts, whether you want sounds. I hate the sounds, so I turn those off. And then you have some edit responses, which are kind of cool because if you're driving along and you want to respond, these are built-in responses, which you can actually edit. But anyway, I believe if you do not have email or text messaging options for the favorites button, it's because during your pairing process, you did not give that phone those access rights, which have to be done, one time. And because I did, then whenever I'm driving down the road, I'll receive a notification of an email, and it'll catch my eye. So what I'll do is I'll click email while I'm driving, and then it'll just show me, what I've received. And I'll admit that, if you're driving, you can only listen to the email. If you're not driving, you can actually read the email. It'll literally render that email on the screen rather nicely, to be honest. Anyway, that's for those that I didn't answer the questions properly with the first little video. I hope that helps. See you later.